I'll tell you this. People want to know what comedians think about, and, like, what do we think about during the day? And for me, this is not going to make any sense, but when I get stressed out, I think about pigeons. I just think about pigeons, right? I cast them in different scenarios, Like you never see... I feel like the pigeon is a disrespected bird. Every other bird's got a nature special or something like that. The pigeon, you never see a pigeon nature special narrated by some guy from Brooklyn. The pigeon is a beautiful bird. Note the foliage, it's like blue and gray with dirt. So he can blend with the filth, The pigeon, he's originally from Brooklyn. People don't know that. But if you look at him, you can see because he's all built up top and he's got the skinny little fucking legs like everybody, working out at the gym over here. The pigeon, he don't eat regular food. He like cigarette butts, chicken wing. He don't care. Mostly carbs. The pigeon, he don't fly too far. I mean, he's fucking fat. Look at him. Boom. 3 feet into the puddle. That shit into the puddle over there. The pigeon has low self-esteem. This is why he's always nodding. He's going like this. He can trying to psych himself up. You can fly, you fat bastard. You can do it. Anyway, that's what goes on in my head. Think about pigeons. My wife, deals with real animals. What she does, she fosters animals. Like she'll bring these animals off the street, And she doesn't tell me. Like, I'll get home from doing shows. It's good to know if there's a pit bull in the bedroom. Open the door, it's all dark. What's that? It's Bitey. Oh, yeah. Fantastic. New addition to the family. So we end up keeping this one dog, right? And I love the dog. I start getting really close to the dog, And then the dog develops tongue cancer. I don't know how that happens. I guess it's a sad, maybe years upon years of licking your own balls. I don't know how it happens, right? So we got to take him to the vet. The vet removes part of the tongue. Now he barks with like a lisp, He's like a Mike Tyson bark. Boxing is a very physical sport. Boxing. He's this big dog. He's got this little bark. All the other dogs, what the fuck's going on over here? So consequently, because of the operation, his salivary glands have been compromised. He can't digest regular dog food. So my wife cooks for him. He gets his steamed broccoli and chicken. And then when she goes away, she cooks for me. So there'll be like a little Tupperware thing for him and a little one for me. Well, one time she goes away and they got mixed up and I ate his stuff. I'm like, this is horrible. He ate mine. He's like, this is delicious. Delicious. Give me some more of this. Boxing is a very physical sport, So, but it was Mexican food that she had made. So about midnight, I'm in the bed chilling and I see the dog do something I've never seen him do before. He's scooting his ass on the carpet. You ever see that? Like, just back and forth like a racetrack, and I'm just watching it. It's like Wimbledon, Like, wow, look at that. Whoa, there he goes again. I'm like, what's going on? Then he pulls up to the bedroom door and he starts looking. He's panting. He's like, I'm like, you got to go. He's like, So I let him out of the apartment. He books to the elevator. He pushes the button. We get downstairs. Like he doesn't even make it outside. And it's huge. It's like a map of Italy. There's a boot. It's Columbia. And I got the little bag. I'm trying to do the math. Like 2 trains leave at midnight. How do I clean up this? And some lady from the building's like, you better. I'm like, lady, I need a forklift and a snow shovel. Why don't we MacGyver a contractor bag and make a little, doggy depends or something. But it was kind of funny to me. But when you laugh at that stuff, karmically it comes back to you. So I'm in Brooklyn. I'm walking in Prospect Park one day. It's a beautiful day, about 70 degrees, kind of a cool day. And I'm a little hungry, and there's a falafel stand. So I'm like, yeah, I'll just grab it. Yeah, dude's got all his fingers. It'll be fine. That's my criteria, So he's like, you want the hot sauce? I'm like, put the hot sauce. He's like, you want the white sauce? I'm like, put the white sauce. And he puts the white sauce. But the white sauce must have been sitting in the sun. Because about a half hour later, my stomach, it's like that satanic, like, well, what is that? And then it's like your ass sends the rest of your body a text, like, those plans you have this afternoon, you're going to be rescheduling. That's what's going down. I got Middle Eastern music coming out of my ass. It's itching like there's a spider in a wool turtleneck breakdancing or something back there. I'm like, oh, I got to shit. So I start to run, but you can't let the ass cheeks separate. You got to keep them locked together. So I'm like hobbling along, and I'm getting religious. Like, please, please, anything. Just I'll open a homeless shelter. I'll do whatever, you know. Please. My stomach's like, you know. I get to the bathroom, it's out of order. I'm like, no! You know, and everything's reminding me of it. There's a kid on the corner beatboxing. You know, music's coming out of do-do-do-do-do-do-do. There's a homeless guy talking to himself. This world is shit! This world is shit! I'm like, no! Quiet! Some lady comes up, could you take a picture of me and my daughter? I'm like, it's not a good time. Take a picture. My stomach's like, get the fuck out of here. Terrified this poor woman. So now I'm like, I'm 52, I don't want to shit my pants. What am I gonna do? I'm like, you know what? It's essentially, I'm just gonna hop in these woods. There's a tree that's fallen, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna knock it out. You know, nobody's gonna know, and it stays in this room, by the way. It's gotta stay in this room. Cut the cameras off. So, so I'm squatting there, and, you know, every time I'm about to, hello, you know, I'm squatting, I'm like, oh, this is horrible. And I look over on the other side of the tree, which fallen, there's another dude squatting. I'm like, what are the chances that we both ate at the same falafel stand? So I kind of give him that look of solidarity. That dude looks over me and smiles. I'm like, why is he smiling? Another head pops up from behind the log. I'm like, oh, that's why people hate New York City. You think you're in a park having a family picnic, 3 feet away, someone's having explosive diarrhea, someone's getting blown. It's like a Bermuda Triangle of dysfunction. So I'm trying to finish, and, you know, I'm remembering all Boy Scout stuff like 3 leaves and shiny, don't wipe the hiney, you know. And a bike cop comes up, and it's the most embarrassing moment of my life. He's like, did you do that? I'm making stuff up. I'm like, no, there was a giant squirrel with a cup of coffee and a bran muffin. He went that way. If you pedal really fast, you could catch him. He's like, I should arrest you. I'm gonna give you a tip. I'm like, arrest me? What are you gonna put me on the handlebars, man? You know, it's allergy season. You better hope I don't sneeze, or it's gonna be officer down. Officer down. That guy looks at me, he goes, I just got one question for you. He's like, what were you thinking? And I was like, that the pigeon is a beautiful bird. He don't fly too far.